how pretty that is.
Hello, everyone! We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight's episode 10. We are two-thirds of the way through this game of Fabula Ultima, titled Ascension. A TTJRPG, which I have absolutely fallen in love with. It is such a fun system. Can't recommend it highly enough. But before we dive into tonight's game, we do have just a few details to go through. The first being we are sponsored for this stream by Soul Muppet Publishing. They have a ton of very cool games under their belt, so I highly recommend that you go check them out, including Orbital Blues, which we are also playing a mini-series of. If you like space western adventures, 100%. It's more on the rules light side, but they have some very cool mechanics. Also, if you miss any of our streams, you can find them on our YouTube channel. It's just Lost Caravan RPG at YouTube. There's like 1,200 hours worth of content, so if you're bored and you have about 1,200 hours to spare, just go binge all of our stuff, for fun. Other than that, if you want to come roll some dice with us, we do casting calls each and every month. You can just come, hang out in our Discord server. The link is down below that big old button that says Discord. It's also where you can see like schedules and looking for games and game nights and things like that. But I think that's all I got. Let's pick up some music here. There we go. And I'm gonna go down the line, have everyone tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and if they're hiding any, possibly world-ending secrets from the party. I don't know, just off the top of my head. We're just gonna go straight down the line. So first up is Fail.
Hey everybody, I'm Fail Prime. Tonight I will be playing Drawn, the Punchy Boy. World-ending secrets. I mean, maybe. If anybody's paid attention, they might have seen some very tattoo-like scars up and down Drawn's arms. That may or may not correlate with something that he's been looking for a while. That may or may not be world-ending. We'll find out.
Yeah.
And
I
will,
definitely wasn't messaging someone over this past week about some world-ending secret. That would be ridiculous. We are sans a Sprout and an Echo tonight, but that's okay. They're taking care of stuff, and we will be here taking care of their characters. That brings us over to Anna.
Yes, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet, and I play Cadence, the Time Assassin. She has a lot of secrets. Are any of them world-ending? Who knows? Some of them could be party-ending, but we'll see if any of those come out.
We'll cross that bridge when we burn it. Over to Kit. Your voice modulator, it's not functioning.
Oh, testing?
Yeah, there we go. We'll get you into the shop once we get back to town.
Shit, well, I guess Ariel's here, so might as well use that while it's here. Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRoll or on Twitter as it burns at KitRollCause. I will be your Ophi for tonight, everyone's favorite lovable little automaton. World-ending secrets? Couldn't be me. If I have any, I don't know them. So they're secret, even from me. Which is the best kind, right? Right, Hoop?
I feel like, and not to specifically call Kit out, but I feel like people in this game send me messages and then forget they ever sent them.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it.
Who knows?
I'm just a little guy who... I've never killed anyone, committed a war crime, and no world-ending secrets here.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
nothing like that. Over to Taylor.
Hello, I am Taylor or at the _potato _ I don't know. And I will be playing Enola tonight. Who, if she has world ending secrets, she don't fucking remember them because she doesn't remember anything. And I do remember sending Hoop a message to be like, hey, wouldn't it be fun if even I don't know and you just figure it out? So we'll see. We'll see when that happens. So hopefully no world ending.
No, not a secret, but you do have an enchanted book, which I don't think we've even seen yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
That just leaves me, of course. I am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game, and for most games around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM's chair in the coming weeks, because we have a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and we are here to support it. I'm sure that I've only said that like 300 times. Sometimes I wonder how many intros and outros I've done. Just out of curiosity. But let's pull up our recap music. It's my recap music every time. Last time, we fled the city as the party seems to have been the target of some attack. The literal bricks under your feet were blown to pieces as they tried to bury you in rubble. Of course, while Ophi was off on a date. You know how that goes. But we escaped. He made it out to Ree's yacht and managed to safely get out to open water, where it would seem that even those... It's so loud. Sorry. It would seem that even those closest to us sometimes cannot be trusted, because the crew had been... A Kraken summoned to attack your ship, Cadence nearly eaten. But in an act of desperation, Cadence altered time to give Ree the opportunity to cast a spell that teleported you all to safety. Specifically, you all. Ree was still in danger. You immediately jumped into action, trying to recreate that spell that she had cast to try to pull her and everyone else to the same island with you. Which, thankfully, it was successful. Now with everyone in a more neutral place, this pirate kingdom out in the middle of the water, you have some breathing room. People around you, specifically shark people, with very large teeth, very large fins, who are very loyal to you all. Help keep you safe while you rest, while you recover, while you plan your next move. Cadence had some one-on-one time with the would-be assassin of you all. And as you could probably expect, this individual did not survive. From there, we got to see two sides of what I feel is kind of Cadence's connection with this party. We got to see Cadence laughing and having fun, or not. Was Cadence drinking?
At the end, she didn't go to the party.
Oh, that's right. She didn't even go.
Yeah, she didn't feel like she belonged there after killing the prisoner in their cell.
So we got to see the party laughing and drinking and enjoying being alive, and then we got to see Cadence, who had a little chat about how she knows that this can't go on. This isn't where she belongs. This isn't where she's going to end up. And someday it has to come to an end. At that point, she took a walk and saw a small vessel pull into port with a familiar Cyclops towering over, rocking the ship ever so slightly every time he moves. And I think that's a great place to pick up. Pause on that. So, Cadence, The hour is getting late. Most, or if not all, of your comrades have turned in by this point. But there's your ship. There's the twin captains, the Cyclops, that rickety looking vessel that you know is just an illusion for a very, very well crafted boat underneath. What would you like to do?
Kind of approaching the ship, calling up to the captains. I wasn't sure if you'd find us after we fled the city like that.
Because I imagine you're kind of like on the edge of what would be like that main building, that rundown ship that basically got turned into a hideout. As
Mm.
they start hauling their stuff to shore, look up at you. Well, we wouldn't have, but then we had some nice folks come pay us a visit and let us know that our assistance was very, very kindly needed here. Here we are.
I hope that's not trouble we have to worry about.
No, we had some sharks come and jump aboard the boat. Told us where
Ah.
you were.
Well, I'm not sure how long we'll be here, but we'll need to leave soon, I imagine.
Always leave soon, isn't it?
Seems to be
No,
our
it's
life
fine,
right
it's
now.
fine, it's fine. Gregory just immediately starts picking up the bags and starts moving to load them back aboard the boat.
Take the night, at least. Everyone else is partying. You should do the same.
Esme, his twin sister, just pats him on the back, jumps off onto the deck, onto the dock, and starts strolling up towards you. Well, sounds like you've been awfully busy. Word out there is that you're not welcome home anymore.
Seems to be the case. My sister and I have made a lot of enemies, and it's all finally come down on us.
No judgments from our end. We've done the same. Where are we headed to?
I'm not sure yet.
Not
We had intended to
sure.
get information at the university, but with that out of the question, maybe the floating isles?
You know, that boat over there doesn't have any wings.
Yeah, but the only boats that do are on the northern part of the kingdom. We need a boat to get there because I don't know that trekking across the kingdom is in our best interest right now.
We're only kind of safer going by water. It's not like those. They're not going to be patrolling the seas out there. They're looking for you.
I know, but surely you two can outrun a naval vessel, right?
Problem is, there's never just one. They ride in packs. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. Till the bitter end, as it were.
Hopefully that's not sooner.
Yeah, try to make that as not soon as possible. How's that?
I should probably prep for a run in with them. Munitions, anything else we may need. Extra lumber to patch us up after whatever happens.
I'll see what deals I can strike with our friends here.
Well, if you head to the party, you might be able to strike a pretty good one.
I don't think the lady of the house is particularly happy with me. Still, it's fine. I got some friends here. I'll ask around. Why didn't you at the party?
Not in the mood, I guess.
Sure. Clearly not buying it. Not buying that that's the whole story, but just turns and starts strolling off deeper into the city. You hear wild splashing as there's just this, 10-foot tall, 8-ish 100-pound figure that's just wildly waving at you.
Cadence waves back, and then I think sees that she hasn't cleaned her hands since killing the prisoner. I think kind of goes down to the water's edge and takes care of that.
I do believe we left off with Ophi having a nice evening, resting with. Is girlfriend the right term?
I don't think they've had that conversation yet.
Close friend. Close friend. Very close friend.
Roommates, maybe.
Roommates. There we go.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Wait, I thought they were going to hang out at Dran's home, or is that
So did
still in
we.
the works? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
so did I.
Found them as a stowaway.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. So maybe a good night is not exactly the vibe we're going for. Perhaps a concerned night, an anxiety-inducing night.
A very drunk Zariel has absolutely passed out.
Mhm.
Of
Decided
course,
to snuggle a robot.
Ophi, you don't need sleep in the same way. You could stay, or if you felt restless, you certainly could get up and walk.
I don't think Ophi would leave unless something pulled its attention away. Like, unless there was some sort of outside reason to do so, because they are very concerned with the state of Zariel at all times, but also they're very drunk right now.
I mean, there is a cadre of shark folk pirates just outside your door waiting to defend you. So if there was ever any point that you could relax, it would be now.
I don't think they're worried about outside threats. I think they're worried about, I don't know, Zariel getting up to some shenanigans half asleep. So I don't think
Fair.
they sleep, and I think at some point they maybe do extricate themselves from the hammock. But they're hanging out. They're probably honestly still fiddling with that busted communicator, trying to get that thing operational. That seems quiet enough, and Zariel's probably out of it enough that that probably won't wake them up.
Sure.
But they still want to keep an eye on them, unless something else, happens.
I don't know what could possibly happen.
I,
Drand, last thing you knew, you were fighting off 40-ish foot long calamari tentacles that were trying to sink the ship you were on. Next thing you know, you are here. And now you're in a party with shark folk. What does the night look for Drand?
Drond is probably he knows for a fact that an island full of shark folk aren't going to know anything about his missing gauntlet
Probably
or the
not.
people who came north. So Drond is probably just tanked. He is just drinking with a bunch of shark folk. He is taking like whatever, like if they have like a tough guy like challenge or whatever, like he's like with the warriors, like throwing fists back and forth as they
Oh
just
yeah,
chug drinks.
like these humanoid versions of like great white sharks, just monstrous figures of people, just absolutely having a blast. Just in There's probably points where both of you just swing a little too hard for what would be just like a play fight basically, but no, they are happy to have an outsider that isn't afraid to get hurt and get bloody, and it is just for as long as you are still standing, they will be right there with you.
Yeah, that's exactly what Drond will be doing. He'll be throwing back and throwing fists.
And Same thing. Last thing you knew, you were defending the crew from this Kraken attack, and suddenly you were teleported. And after the last couple hours, everything seems so surreal, but you're safe. Your companions are safe.
Yeah, I think there was probably a good long bit of hesitation and like not letting her guard up. But as she sees that everything seems to be fine and vibing, is probably currently in the process of trying to learn some shark sea shanty as she is many drinks in.
Now I'm disappointed in myself that I don't have shark-specific sea shanties at the ready. Do better, me. Do better. But yeah, same.
Expect everything, Hoop. You
Yes,
have to know
clearly.
everything that we're going to think of and be prepared.
But yeah, same thing. They are happy to have you here. You have been brought up. You've been given the green light from the pirate queen herself. So you part of the ship, part of the crew, basically.
Hell yeah.
Uh, But the evening would eventually wind down. People start drunkenly just stumbling away from the wrecked ship. Is there anything that anyone would like to do before we retire? Then come the morning light, maybe a little earlier for some of us, maybe a little later for some of us. We're all up as the city's kind of gone into action. What is usually a very quiet, very relaxed place has kind of drawn this fervor. There's these buoys now just floating a good 50, 60 feet out from all the edges of this island. And you know that these are, one, an early warning system, but two, they're also meant to release just these very hard to see little spike balls into the water, which, should a ship try to ram through them, is going to have a very bad day. They are basically preparing for war on your behalf. Cadence, your sister, would come, certainly try to find you wherever you ended up. And she she has a feeling that you already know what this conversation's about to be. What would you be?
That is a good question. I think, I guess, where did she stay last night?
Up in the office.
Okay. Cadence would have stayed in a room nearby. If there's not a room near it, she would have stayed like just outside of the office or something. She's still very much in that mode of needing to protect Ree because shit has hit the fan, and this is what she is trained for.
You see her step out, very much like, straightening the dress, like making sure that the belt is on correctly, catching sight of you, turning back towards Taya to have a very brief conversation, but by the end of it, they both nod, look down at you, and then Taya walks off to prepare for something.
Busy morning.
For the first time in a long time. No.
That's good at least. This chair wasn't too uncomfortable. That's more than I normally expect.
Nothing's going to happen to me here. You can relax.
Well, we've already had one person infiltrate our mess. I don't know who else we can trust.
You've never seen Taya angry. I'm well protected.
The people I worry about are the ones that Taya would not see coming. The people like me.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The two of us are going away. Well, more than just the two of us, but there's an island deeper into the ocean that most people don't know. I didn't know existed, and that's a lot to say that I didn't know something existed. But it's got protections.
When do we leave?
You have a job. You have a destiny that doesn't involve hiding away on some island.
I have a job of looking after you.
She'll step forward, just reach out for both of your hands. Come on, don't be stubborn.
Cadence will reach out as well.
I'm going to be fine.
You have never been in more danger than now.
And for some reason, I feel safer than I have for a long time. Because I know you are out there, and I know the whole rest of your team is out there trying to put this to rest. And there's no one that I would rather place my life on.
And what if something happens?
If something happens, it would happen whether you were here or not. And if you're not here, then you can be out there stopping anything from happening in the first place.
I really don't like this plan.
What would you do? Would you sit on this island with the two of us, just waiting and watching the world go by?
That's my job.
My job is to protect you. Your job is to protect the rest of the world. Let's just get that straight.
I honestly don't even know what to do at this point, where we're supposed to go. The university was our best bet for information, and we can't
You
even
were,
go home now.
you were talking about the floating isles. I have contacts there. You just have to say my name. In the library I've ever found that rivaled my own.
I need you to stay safe, please. We don't even have a home anymore.
For the moment, we don't. I'm not going to just be sitting here waiting. I'm going to get our home back. I'm going to burn the traitors out of that city, personally.
I sent Larita ahead of us to start the job.
Good. She went. This is hard for me, as it is for you, but it's not goodbye. Goodbye for now. And when you find who's doing this, and you cut them to ribbons, come back to me, and we will walk into that city together.
Okay.
Good. Give your hands a squeeze. Oh, I've been promised this is a very long boat ride. I'm not looking forward to it. Feel like you're trip is probably a bit longer than mine.
Just keep an eye on the crew. We still don't know who might have been replaced or who's working for whoever the enemy is. Keep an
Right.
eye on them. If anybody acts out of the ordinary or suspicious, you're going to have to do what I would normally do.
You know, I was always jealous of you growing up. I got all of the book lessons and the linguistic lessons and all of the proper form and etiquette classes, and you got to be outside.
It wasn't nearly as glamorous as it looked.
I still would have traded you.
I don't think I could have done the politics, to be honest.
No, no, you couldn't. But you'd have
Would have
tried.
ended, I would have ended up stabbing someone regardless of which side of this I was on, so
And
it's
she'll
best that
full
things.
just like reach out and just grab you and for a hug.
I'll give her a very tight hug.
You can feel the moisture of some very some tears that were being tried to be held back as hard as she could, but they are still slipping out.
Don't tell me where you're going. Don't show me on a map. Our enemy has an immense ability to see things that we didn't expect. I'll find you, but I'll have to do it the hard way.
I believe in you. Well, I should get going. Taya's not one to wait. Oh, oh, I guess I should mention this to you because there's not really anyone else for me to tell. Um, we got married last night.
Why did you not tell me that was happening?
It's just the two of us, and we talked about it enough times, and now there's no reason not to.
Cadence will hug her again. It took the two of you long enough. I'm glad that out of all of these awful things that are happening, that at least this came out of it.
It's something. Taya comes in, like, carrying just, like, 5 or 6 big old bags, like, on a shoulder, under arms, slung over her back. Gives you a nod.
In a very odd mood for Cadence, she will step over and hug Taya as well.
All right, all right. Okay, she told you. Yes, thank you, thank you.
I'm still a little pissed you didn't tell me it was happening, but congratulations.
Thanks. Hey, once this is all over, we'll all celebrate. How's that?
I need you to keep her safe.
There isn't a soul on this plane or the next that is gonna lay a finger on her.
Okay. Well, you two should go before anybody else sees you.
They'll turn and slip out the back door, and they're gone.
I think Cadence just kind of sinks back down into that chair. Not entirely sure what to do at the moment. Just wait for everyone else to get up and start gathering.
Which gather we do. The rest of the team rising. Ron, how you feeling this morning?
I feels great every morning. You see, Drond has a miracle like hangover cure since he works ice magic,
Mhm.
and so John wakes up nice and refreshed and never hungover.
An incredible power to have. But yeah, all of you would step out of your rooms, see Cadence here, see all of the residents of Walhone just jumping into action. What's the plan?
Breakfast.
You know that it's going to involve quite a bit of protein, meats, sausages, eggs, probably a little bit of fruit. They don't really do vegetables here. And of course, your complimentary tankards of whatever ale happens to be your preference.
Drond is going to look for where he can get a cool like tribal tattoo, like which shark is going to like do the whole traditional.
You kind of cut out there.
Uh, yeah, he's just looking for like the town's like tattoo artist. Like he knows the guards had a bunch. He's looking for the dude who did them. He's gonna get inked up like the guards.
Shark skin is a little different to tattoo than human skin, but absolutely. It's there are people here dedicated their not only their lives but their families' lives to protecting the art of inking. Uh, and would be more than happy to do it. Especially with the glowing recommendation that came from Taya. Any anything specific, or are you just telling him surprise me?
He's kind of like being the outsider here. I'm not really sure what would be fully appropriate, and I don't want to trample on traditions or anything like that.
Yeah,
But I want a badass tattoo, just like the guards I was throwing fists with last night. So
absolutely.
uh, surprise me, I
All
guess.
all very water themed waves, rocks, very almost kind of this painting a picture with just the tattoos. But yeah, that's probably the extent of your morning and probably into early afternoon.
Sounds good to me.
But for the rest of you, as you're sitting there enjoying your breakfast, enjoying your mead, you would hear just the stomping of a very large figure that's just trying to squeeze through this door and step into the room. A Cyclops, a very gentle giant who scans the room, sees each of you, waves. I hope it's all right. I didn't want to stay in the ship anymore.
You'll be safe here.
It's a little small. Like looks at the
We'll bring
chairs.
breakfast out for you.
Okay.
Do you have strawberries? Just sort of hollering at whoever is like, I don't know,
Oh,
doing breakfast.
that's who we pack strawberries for. I have strawberries.
I
I
like
fully remember us getting
strawberries.
strawberries, and I didn't know why.
Yes, yes. This is Bailier, right? Did I?
Hi.
There's two of them. I always get their.
Your name is Bailier?
My name's Onola.
No.
I have a friend named Bailier too.
What a
Oh no,
coincidence
that
would it
was
have
me
been
mixing
if
up
that
names.
was-
That was Kit mixing up those two names.
Tavos.
Tavos. Yes. I'll do introductions, of course. Tavos, Enola, Tavos. Strawberries, yes, for
He'll just plop down. A true, just massive individual. and like hold out one hand to just take the strawberries from you as gently as possible.
I did eat a few, but they look like they were gonna go bad. So before.
They do go bad very quick, but that's okay. Would you like some more?
No, you help yourself.
Followed very shortly behind by a pair of sun-kissed explorers, very haggard looking, as it doesn't look like they got a ton of sleep last night. Esme and Gregory coming in, plopping down next to you, ordering their own breakfast and ale. Esme plopping down right next to you, Cadence. So what's the plan?
That is a good question. Sophia, Nola, you have any ideas? Floating isles are always an option. The question is how we get there.
If we're looking to rent an airship, I believe Halos is the easiest place to get those. That will mean returning to Los Danica, though.
Yeah.
What is it that we're hoping to find? Sorry, I'm just catching up on your problems and traumas in comparison to mine.
Information to find out what is going on. We're still on our back foot about all of this.
I'd say maybe if we can get there before whoever the fuck's doing this, then maybe we'll be a step ahead.
It would be nice to have another neutral party.
I heard that you fought a kraken.
Yes.
We did.
The fuck did you fight a kraken?
Didn't have a choice. I was in its mouth for a little while.
It decided to fight us.
It's not typically a very aggressive creature. What'd you do to it?
Nothing. It was summoned.
That's bullshit. Why don't we have a kraken that we can call and summon to attack them when they're floating around the ocean?
You'd be way too powerful.
Yeah.
Could we?
Well, I borrowed us some cannons, so at least we have some weaponry aboard the ship. We got some
Good.
explosive barrels, 'cause you never know when that'll come in handy.
Can we make do without bringing any extra crew on board? I know more crew would help us run from a blockade, but
If you think we have the room for any extra crew.
it's for the best.
Let's like leans over and pats on Tavos's leg a few times. This big guy's here is worth what, at least 10 of any crew that we could ever ask for. He
At
just gives
least.
this big strawberry filled smile as juices just like run down his chin.
I love him.
Yeah, I think Cadence glances at Enola, just to bring her up to date. There might be a blockade. We may have to run it.
Well, at least then they can add something on my wanted poster that I actually did.
You got a wanted poster.
I assume probably now that we've left.
That's right.
It's a requirement for being part of this group of individuals.
You know, I'd say it's almost odd to say that you've been to two different nations, been kicked out of both, and yet done nothing wrong.
To be fair, I haven't I don't think, have I been kicked out of any place? I don't remember being kicked out of any place, but that's part of my problem is I don't remember a lot of things.
Right. How you get away with it.
That's what they keep saying, and I wish I was that smart.
Well, We're ready to set off whenever you are.
Sooner is probably better. Because we moved the ship here with magic, we're ahead of whoever may have been chasing us on a pre-shade. It'd be best to keep up that advantage if we can.
And we'll go set the sails. Double check all of our rations, all of our weapons. They promised it was some high quality gunpowder, but we didn't actually test it.
Would you like to? Flamefinger.
You'd like to come and fire some cannons with us?
If it is needed.
It's always needed. And they'll just scarf the rest of their breakfast, hop to their feet, and lead you off down back towards your ship. Which, this ship was designed for the 4 people that used to, operate it. We've, well, the Cyclops probably counts as more than one, but we've just about doubled the current crew capacity of this ship. And there's really not much room for anyone else.
Great excuse for Zariel to not come with us. Are they at breakfast, Hoop?
No, absolutely passed out.
I mean, they need to be woken up. So Cadence will probably
Yeah.
go and do that if Ophi wants to come with before firing cannons.
They need a bit of cleansing. I can help.
I think Ophi
Could
was
actually be
probably
useful.
Yeah. He was probably intending to bring them up breakfast, but seeing that Cadence and Enola are already headed that way, just like, here's breakfast. I'm gonna do what they need help with. Have fun.
Zariel, our amber feather colored harpy mechanic, is currently like head just leaning off the edge of the hammock, one wing just like straight up in the air, snoring so loud.
That cannot be comfortable.
Been there.
Bane,
Been there. Been there, done that.
you wanna cast just a little cleansing magic?
Yeah. Just enough to make sure that they don't wake up too hungover feeling.
No problem. Kinda sitting up, letting their eyes adjust, looking over at you. Oh, sorry, I must have overslept a little.
It's quite all right.
Are we leaving?
Yes, everyone is making preparations. A number of parties going in a number of directions.
Different directions.
Quite a few. Walhone itself is preparing for war, whatever may be coming.
Where are we headed? And don't try to leave me again. I have already proven to you that I can just catch you.
It's quite
You
impressive.
can. And we can't stop you from that, but I'm hoping to talk at least a little bit of sense into you.
I agreed that I would be safe. I wouldn't put myself in any unnecessary danger. But I can't leave you all.
Ophi and I have seen visions of what will happen if you come with us.
Visions from who?
I don't know, honestly. The eye.
You're going to listen to some eye that we don't even know who made it. It's just an eye.
You're right. I mean, it could just be showing us what we fear. But we are heading directly into danger.
Good. When do we leave?
Could I ask, if it's not my place, it's not my place. What is this danger that the eye showed?
That if Zariel comes with us, they will die.
Oh,
That could be in 50 years, that could be in 70 years.
Even without the vision, you know I care for you deeply. Ophi does as well. We can't fight to our full potential if we're looking over our shoulder to protect you.
You just want me to stay here?
I fear what is coming here. You could go north, like the original plan.
Is that where you're headed?
We've been compartmentalizing the information so far, and I think it's best if we continue to do that.
Maybe. We'll talk to Ophi. Maybe.
Try and put yourself in their shoes. Ophi really cares about you.
All right. At least let me ask you if you want me on the ship or if I'm going into another ship.
I know I don't know this person very well, but am I buying that they're really okay? Or gonna stow away again?
I don't think it would take a super sleuth to see that there's probably some ulterior motive going on.
I'm guessing that's something Cadence would
I would say so, yeah.
notice.
Zariel, if I possibly had a way to give you a more in-depth answer on this vision, would that be enough to sway you to do what they wish and keep yourself safe?
If you could actually prove that it was real and going to happen, I suppose.
Hey, Hope, I have this book. We talked about it. Might as well break it out.
I just have this old book just lying around. Sure.
Yeah, I think just like out of a little like pack on our side hefts out this old, creepy looking, thick ass book. I tend to not ask it many questions because I wouldn't know what to do with the answers if they were about myself currently. But it tends to know things. We could ask
You
with the
want me to
future of
ask the
you
book?
traveling with.
Does the book
It,
talk?
it doesn't talk. It's more of like a. It's like pretty stereotypical witchcraft, you know.
Oh,
Concentrate, ask the book, it shows you the answers. I'm sure it's really gonna bite me in the ass eventually, but
That was going to be my question. What kind of cost does that carry?
I mean, I can't say that it is why I don't have a memory or anything, but I don't remember having it before. I
you
can
wouldn't
do the
mind.
asking. You don't have to be involved. Just the subject. It doesn't necessarily need to be the person to do such, but it gives very truthful answers.
If it is something you'd be willing to do, I would greatly appreciate it.
Either way, I am now intrigued. This is fascinating.
That's one word for it. Yeah. Um. Okay. Kind of sits down, cross-legged, puts the book down in front of her. Yeah, and just opens it up to a empty page. It's probably like the third page, like she'll immediately flip over to, um, and just kind of lay a hand on it, and yeah, is going to, I guess, ask if what. Okay, she thinks because what the argument currently is, oh, I could die eventually. So I guess what's a good way to pose the question of like, will Zariel joining us on this adventure have immediate consequences to their well-being?
Or lead directly.
Yeah.
I don't know what immediate is. That 5 minutes or is that within 6 months?
I mean, this just it's not worded like it's a genie wish situation.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure the question is right because it will give us a very detailed, truthful image of what will happen. So I'm also going to make sure Zariel's not directly looking in case it shows something she probably doesn't
It
want
could be
to
like,
see.
what would be the end result of Zariel joining us?
Will
Yeah.
they die
You
quicker
can
than
even
if they
specify like a single danger or a single discovery or
Mhm.
it. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah,
a
because I think it's like the
thing.
danger is Zariel's life, that I'm kind of like
Absolutely.
wanting to look into and see if it is something like this is a butterfly effect, and because they go 17 years down the road, then they die, or if it's like, don't come because in the next week you're gonna get sidelined by a bullet and we can't stop it.
I think the moment that you ask these words, the page just kind of comes to life. Like line after line fills just again and again and again and starts to paint this scene, this image that for everyone else would kind of have to just try to read along with this wall of text that is appearing. But for you, it's more like the words are actually, they have meaning, they have power, and you are physically seeing what the book is trying to tell you. You would see a dark, graying landscape. There are bodies around, but it's impossible to tell what or who exactly they are. You'd see Ophi standing there facing down something. And you would see Zariel, who absolute determination, with absolute determination on their face, is sprinting into this fight, heading straight for Ophi. And you know that without a shadow of a doubt, Zariel will die defending Ophi. I can't read that fast. I don't know what that says.
um it confirms what Ophi and Cadence were worried about.
Well,
If you join us, you will die on this mission.
And that settles it.
all right.
And it won't just endanger yourself, possibly. Do keep that in mind.
I hear you. I won't try to sneak aboard your ship. Wherever you put me, I'll stay there.
Head north. Don't tell us how you're planning to. Wait until we leave and then go as quickly as you can and stay hidden.
Very good at that.
That's true.
Can you just send Ophi to the north side of the island just before you leave?
We can do that. And Cadence, I think, steps forward and wraps Zariel up in a big hug.
Big, fluffy, feathered bird hug.
Take care. Stay out of trouble.
I'm going to be pissed if you all die without me.
At least you'll be alive to tell our story.
I'm going to learn necromancy magic and bring you back to life, so
I could teach you a spell. Just kidding. I don't know that yet.
when you come back, I'll teach you.
Perfect. But I can promise you I'll make sure they return. It's my job, and I'm very good at it.
Thank you. I guess I should pack. Try and find the boat.
La 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 la. Walk out the door.
Yeah, Cadence, I think, will give just kind of one last long look and then turn and follow out.
Drond. Your, whatever your pain tolerance might be, these individuals are used to tattooing shark folk. Very thick, very tough skin. Well, what would you say that Drond's level of pain tolerance for something like this might be?
I mean, probably like medium. It's he's probably feeling it.
They probably bring out some unlabeled clear liquid, promising that this will help you get through it. You won't feel a thing.
I don't know if that's a good idea. No, I think I'll just lay here and let you guys finish what you're doing.
The entire room would just kind of burst out into laughter as they, pass the bottle around, go back to this very intricate, very detailed tattoo design.
Hey, they got to do what they got to do.
Um,
How many more hours do you guys anticipate this is gonna go for?
well, that's the thing. A tattoo's never finished. It's only finished for now.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, he just kind of shrugs the best he can and puts his head back down and lets them continue doing what they're doing.
Uh, there would be a point where you'd see your companions starting to head towards the docks. They'd look at them, look back at you. Ah, good enough for now. Like I said, it's never done. This is the first chapter of your story. You come back here after you beat whatever demon or whatever's out there waiting for you.
Oh, I'll be back for sure.
Good.
And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna trade blows with the nearest guard and throw some punches, and then I will head towards the ship.
It is like hitting like a leathery rock, just a solid surface. But they'd absolutely return the favor. Just that moment of of camaraderie. That's the word that's just escaped my brain. Where you kind of know that both of you are about to be in some shit, and there's just this mutual respect. But
All right.
John, you're free to join the rest as there's a small procession headed down towards your vessel. Of course, the thundering boom of a cannon that makes everyone just kind of duck and look around and stare over at your ship that is currently just belching smoke. Sorry about that. Just testing the new equipment. Opie, what'd you think of that? That was good, right? That was...
Seemed like we got a good deal of distance. It's just like there's like a soot smudge across their face.
I think we could pack some more powder next time.
I think the mechanism could handle it. And just like inside the cannon now, just like inspecting, making sure.
Ah, there they are. Are we ready to depart? Or did you pick up some new followers while we weren't looking?
We'll depart soon. Ophi, I have something I need you to do for me.
Yes. What is it, Miss Cadence?
Head to the northern side of the island. Somebody's waiting there for you.
Who?
It's really ominous.
Won't take long. Let's finish preparations.
Right.
It kind of sounds like you just sent Ophi to a firing squad or something.
Wait, we're
I
sending.
doubt.
Why did you send Ophi to a firing squad? I think we
That's
need
what I was
Ophi.
asking.
We've been protecting
will
Ophi
be
this
back.
entire time.
They will be back soon.
And yet you doubted my understanding of sarcasm. I think the cannon can take a bit more powder if you'd like. Be careful. And sprouts wings, metallic wings. Dread, I don't know if you've seen these yet.
Yeah, Dron's seen them. You were flexing them when we
Yes.
were trying to escape a falling building.
That's right.
Yeah, it did happen. Yeah, so mechanical wings. I will be back, and just jumps off the side of the ship and then, does the sick anime thing of like off the side of the ship and then back up,
When did they get wings?
What has
A couple days
happened?
ago?
They're new.
Lighting up. From this vantage point, you'd see that, I mean, the entirety of the island has kind of shifted. There used to be kind of like these long, like 80, 90-foot docks that just stretched out into the water that have kind of all been recalled and folded back up, and everything is compressing, more defensive. And yeah, as promised, sitting there talking with what is probably the captain of the very small vessel that is waiting to take off is Zariel.
Yeah, Ophi would land nearby with plenty of, forewarning. Definitely like circles so that they do not get surprised. I do not know how many flying creatures are around this island.
A lot of birds, a lot of like seagull-esque birds.
I think I'm a bit bigger than a seagull. Just like last I checked. It's but yeah, Ophi will land and walk up to them, and if they're in the middle of a conversation, just sort of wait patiently.
Oh hey, you I thought that they would have a little more time. That's I have decided to finally take your advice, and I'm going to go somewhere safe.
Ophi sort of does the Ophi processing face for a second, and then just runs up and hugs them. Thank you.
immediately returning the hug, just squeezing tight. I'm not going to be there if your wings break or if you need an adjustment or repairs. So just don't get hurt, and when you come back, we can talk about making some upgrades.
I will
Clearly
take
trying to
good care.
talk like purely business, trying to avoid any talk of feelings or emotions.
I will. I will take good care of the work that we have done.
Good.
Are you actually going to do what you say this time?
Yes, I am leaving on the boat. I will not show up one mysterious night invisible, I promise.
You will not show up 2 mysterious nights invisible?
The next time that you see me, you will have saved the world, and I will be a rich and successful engineer in the north.
Good. And we will see each other again. This is how we make sure of that.
I told Cadence if you all die, I'm going to learn necromancy.
That would be quite interesting. I don't know that that would work on me, but I would be delighted to see you try.
Well, don't make me have to learn, and we won't find out.
I will say nothing about keeping you from learning, but I will try my best to not make you have to use it.
I should go. I've already kept very kind pilot waiting long enough.
Yes, you should. You still have the communicator, yes?
Yes.
I am almost done repairing mine. So,
Good.
if you get in a bind, or need help, or wish to talk, I will be there. And you will be
Yes.
safe.
Yes. There's the moment where they're starting to pull away from the hug, but just and then like lean forward and just like cheek to cheek, just rub.
Ovi is delighted. This is fascinating and also adorable. I think Ophi, there's the wings are still out, and so there's like one sort of big flap to get them like up into the air so that they're a bit taller than Zariel because they are not even remotely as tall as Zariel. And they just plant a kiss on their forehead. Be safe. Promise me.
You owe me a date. I cannot possibly get into any danger before we have had a date.
This is true.
Go save the world.
Go be safe.
No,
And they will.
just flap and kind of float into the boat and watch you as you similarly take off, give you a wave, and disappear out into the water.
Ophi will head back to the ship.
And Enola, you've met one crewmate of the ship, but stepping below deck, you would see that this ship is powered by just an enormous furnace. The kind that seems to be able to collect not only heat but well as like alchemical residue, and kind of like the oh god, what is the word? Like the byproduct of fire magic. It just kind of collects all these different elements and uses it to power the ship. And the door to said furnace just opens a crack, and you see some flames that start kind of just leaning out. And then the entire doorway opens, and an individual made purely of fire just kind of swings their legs out, sits up. Hello.
Hello.
You must be new.
Yes.
Hi. It doesn't look like they told you I'd be down here.
No.
It's okay. People don't see me very often. I'm forgettable. It happens.
You are very much not forgettable. I can promise that. I'm Enola. Goes to like for a handshake and is like, I probably shouldn't.
Failure.
You're okay.
Yeah, the
Hey,
twins up
I know
there.
I met the fire guy. I forgot he was even here.
Hi, Drond. Good to
How
have you
did I ever
back.
forget you?
Don't look when you don't see him very often. Plus, I'm asleep 90% of the time. You know, I was asleep a majority of the last boat ride. I hear he's very friendly, but
It's
I
a
do
long boat
also
ride.
sleep a lot on ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's comforting, the waves. Not when there's a kraken.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Or
Hmm.
not to do that. But that's what you're all here for.
Yes. And you keep things running? Is that
Of course. I don't need to
is
sleep.
this
I naturally produce magics that keep the engines running.
oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't mean to pry and ask questions. It's just very interesting. Is this I'm trying to kind of ask a what came first, the chicken, the egg sort of situation. Do you make all of these interesting things so you're just well suited for the ship, or did something happen to cause you to uh,
Oh,
be the magical way you are?
I'm a fire elemental.
That just knows how to this.
Oh, the twins rigged this up for me after they busted me out of the jail that I was in.
They're very good at doing that, getting people out of rough spots.
They have a tendency to find the lost people and give them a home.
I appreciate that. Well, nice to finally make your acquaintance. I've heard things. I just the name, not a description. So sorry for the surprise. I suppose elementals aren't very common where I'm from.
Not where I'm from either. I've never actually seen another elemental.
Really? Huh. You're quite fascinating. I would love to chat more.
We have plenty of time ahead of us.
Hmm.
Also great at cards, as long as they're fireproof.
Oh, I could probably make some.
The last deck was only fire resistant. It didn't last long.
A few games ago. We could work on that. Oh, I could make spectral. Oh, then I would know the cards, and that's cheating. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And he'll swing his legs back in and close the door. Immediately, what was just only a warm-ish room, the moment that door is closed, the entire furnace just fills with fire. And the below deck raises probably a good 6 or 7 degrees over the course of about a minute.
Feel like I my smoke just takes over a little bit more too.
But you're all free to load up whatever supplies you need, whatever last minute pickups you need to get. If you want to sell anything, like any sapphires or emeralds you want to sell, you know.
Well, I think now we're gonna keep them for Ophi's projects.
We're gonna have
And
that
you make
thing until the very end,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be like the one thing that saves us. We just held on to it for like 30 sessions.
We're playing a JRPG. We have to stockpile things.
I'm calling it
True.
like season 5, episode 10. It's gonna be relevant. Like,
Hey, didn't we have that big sapphire?
Oh,
It's okay. I'll keep it in my chassis where I'm, I guess, keeping Sprout today.
Episode 140. Sapphire's finally useful.
Excellent.
But is there anything else that any of you wanted to do before we depart?
Anybody need to stock up on IP?
Yeah, if you need to buy back any of your IP, by all means, do so.
Oh, for my instability. Haven't done that this morning.
I would assume any sort of status effect I had is gone, right?
Yes, yeah, you are at full health, full MP, statuses are gone.
What I remember someone talking previously for like MP point like region items and such. Is that something we need to go like buying? Is that something I can have like with my inventory stuff? Like
Yeah.
what?
You can spend inventory points to get a mana potion.
Because I have 6 of those.
You have 6 IP?
Yes.
Never remember what page this is.
Oh, it's
I believe
clipped
it's
into
one
the
of
thread.
Yeah, it's one of
it's
those
in
little
the thread.
attachments.
That's even easier.
Yeah, 50 mind points costs 3 IP.
There you go.
Oh, for 59
For 50 mind points.
50 mind.
3 IP
Or 50 hit
and it
points is also
recovers 50 of either MP or HP.
Cool. Cool.
Then, with that, the sails raised, the shark folk all waving you goodbye, disembark and sail off into the ocean, where there's definitely not another kraken waiting for us.
I don't even know why you'd say that. Who?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to even say. It's also a great place for a break, so we can give everyone a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, do what you gotta do, and we'll come back in just a few for the second half of episode 10. It is crazy that we are 10 episodes in. But we'll be right back.
I'm just curious, real quick. This non-kraken, this kraken that may or may not exist, does it have villain points? Like, is it an
Couldn't
overly
be.
villainous
Couldn't
kraken?
be. That would just be too much. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Think of some music as we embark on this journey. Oh, when music timed out.
Oh no.
It's fine. I'll just sign back in. So, following the afternoon sun, we disembark from our safe haven, our pirate island, and start heading up towards Halos. It's one of the most northern cities in the nation of Lost Anakin. A nation where most of you are wanted for murdering the king. But only most of you. For, I would say, the first day or so of travel, it is very quiet, it is very peaceful. Though as the sun starts to set on day number music, whenever you're ready. You're good, my guy. Music? Yeah, there we go. The music, as the sun sets on the third day of travel. You'd hear the captains, both, as they are on the upper deck, kind of shout down towards anyone that would be below deck, getting ready to rest for the evening, anyone that might just not be paying as much attention to the things that they would notice. Hey, if you'd like to see something, check over on the starboard side. Haven't seen any of these in a long while, but, they say it's good luck.
Running.
Yeah, I'll make my way over there.
You see these oval-ish figures, very, seaweed covered, very dark brown and green, and realize very quickly that they are turtles. They're all about 8-ish feet long, but growing on their backs are just these... It's almost like coral, but you can see as they rise up and the sun catches their backs, they are covered in pearls.
Leaning over the edge of the ship.
Don't gotta be shy. They, said that they come up to ships when they want to give you a gift. They actually like it when you take the pearls. Weighs them down too much if they go too long without shedding them. Like I said, it's good luck.
Fascinating. We could use all the
They
luck.
like treats.
Oh, we gave all the strawberries away. That would have been perfect.
I have rations. Already hanging over the edge of the ship, like by their waist, like reaching down to pet turtles.
Cadence is right next to Ophi, making sure they do not fall overboard.
Just like hand on the ankle, like, God damn it. This is clearly something that these two have done before.
Turtleneck just comes kind of like reaching up out from the shell, just to like make contact with your hand.
Screeches.
Another one like slows down a bit so they can bump the first one out of the way.
I have two hands.
It's a small family. These pearlback turtles who have decided to just keep pace with your boat and are kind of just weaving in and out, just taking turns, like getting right up next to the ship, and would follow you for the rest of the evening.
They're friendly.
Yeah. I've heard of a pearlback turtle biting anyone, but yeah, if you wouldn't mind just grabbing me some of those, so go for a pretty penny on the mainland.
Would I know if this is true, that they do enjoy their pearls being taken? Or if this is greedy pirate situation?
You know, we haven't rolled a single check yet this game.
If I have to roll for pearl knowledge,
Sure.
so be it.
Let's go insight.
Excellent.
So many villain points.
Stop.
Well, that's a double 9. So, I know these guys as fuck.
And you get an opportunity.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, doubles above a 6.
Yeah.
What kind of
Our opportunity be delete a villain point.
One of them is lost item. If a villain point counts as an item,
point does not count as an item? I'll give you a bond with these turtles.
Hooper, are you about to kill these turtles?
I was gonna say.
I want everyone to remember what's on my lines, and that is harm to animals. So these turtles better not.
Harm to animals is my first and foremost line.
I'm the only one of us that isn't an animal, so you know, you can't hurt any of these fools. The bond is delightful, but also terrifying because of who's in charge. I want information.
Turtle-based
I
information?
want a useful. I want just a useful clue or detail. Says that you can introduce it, or I can. I want you to sprinkle some random useful information. It could be turtle-based. It doesn't have to be. It's up to you.
Well, I have plenty of turtle-based information. One
Drop those
being
turtle facts.
that there's another creature that inhabits this part of the water. I have a list of creatures. So you don't even test me on my magical creature knowledge.
What's like the turtle's
Wait, I'm here.
biggest predator here? You know how when you see a seal close to the boat, it's bad because an orca's coming? Like, should we be concerned?
That's what I was worried about.
That
Yeah.
is what I was about to explain to you.
I felt it. I could feel it.
They don't have any enemies because of their closest friend. That being the gentle giant whale. A whale the size of a man-of-war ship that tends to have flocks of pearlback turtles that help to, eat off the little, creatures that connect to them, that eat off the moss. Basically, this symbiotic relationship of this enormous, gentle creature and its squadron of attack turtles that just live off of it.
Turtles. I love it.
Like, Obi's petting these turtles, snatching a pearl, as long as there isn't obvious information to be like,
yes.
The pearl is bad.
Okay.
Cool.
They absolutely will come up to ships with the intent of giving them their pearls.
Okay, as long as this isn't some pirate trick. Just scritching these turtles and then looks back. Have we seen the whale yet?
The whale?
The whale.
About 100 feet off to your left, you see just something start lifting up out of the water. And yeah, that's about the size of a whale. And then it continues to rise and continues to rise and continues to rise until it is towering over your ship. This creature with just one enormous eye that kind of scans the water, sees your ship, and the entire body just kind of starts doing this very slow, very methodical wiggle that just sends waves just gently crashing into the side of your ship.
Whale.
Oh.
Yes.
It's okay, he's friendly. Typically. They actually have a very interesting symbiotic relationship with the turtles. I think she'll go into the start of a very in-depth but kid level sort of lecture of this is the symbiotic relationship between these turtles and this giant whale, and this is what they do and where they live and what they eat, until somebody will stop them.
Nola's raptured. Whoa.
You also know that there are starfin sharks that inhabit these waters. Very docile sharks that tend to trail behind boats because they know that they're going to dump their scraps into the water and will just eat their scraps. You also have the swarms of glowing jellyfish that you have seen before. And you also have these creatures known as coralline dolphins. Dolphins that can be easily distinguished by the colorful coral growths that adorn their dorsal fins.
I love them.
Yeah, I have a whole list of creatures. I could release a bestiary for this game.
I hate that Kian missed all of these animals.
It's okay. Sprout is in my chassis, getting a beautiful view.
Sprout's there, just
back.
awestruck. Just no words. Too beautiful.
Ophi would 100% hold Sprout's legs so that they can get in and pet these turtles. 100%. Do not get it twisted. We are all petting these turtles. Whoever wants it.
Yeah, I am there. I am fully there.
Just the whole time, just giving this lecture about, and these are all the critters that are here, and where they'll show up, and how you can get them to show up, and these are the nice ones, and these are the not so nice ones. 100%.
But Eventually, they do submerge and depart, leaving you all to get a night's rest. A few more days of travel pass, mostly uneventful, till close to mid-morning on what would be about a week and a half in. You would hear Tavos, actually, calling out as he's taken his position as the lookout, a Cyclops having surprisingly good eyesight. There's a ship up there. They don't look unfriendly. They look very fancy. Should we try to avoid them?
I think Cadence will rush up, and if there's a telescope handy, see if she can get a look at the ship. Are they flying any flags?
Uh,
Does she see armaments, anything like that?
you would see multiple flags being flown, one from each of the three ruling nations, as well as a merchant's flag, basically just saying, "Hey, we're friends with everybody. Please don't shoot us."
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a beautiful boat. It's the kind of thing that Ree would typically drive. It's something of elegance for nobility. Uh, Imagine if like a family of nobles wanted to take a cruise out in the ocean for a few weeks. They'd take something like this. What you think? They're about to turn on us, open their cannons. Do we get to
I don't
test out
think
our
so.
cannons?
I think they're nobles, probably rich merchants. Flying all of the flags, so probably merchants, not from a single country.
So no testing of the cannons. All
No,
right,
I think
fine.
sinking a ship like that would put quite a large target on us.
You forget how easily your family was infiltrated?
Good point. We should bring the cannons out.
I agree. Well, I think we should bring the cannons out.
Or
But
just
we
avoid
should
them.
not load them yet. We can stay on the defensive. We should not go offensively towards a ship like this. Yes?
I mean, should we at least see what they're doing out here? Out in the middle of the ocean, I don't even see any sails up. I don't see any crew, nothing.
Do you think they need help?
Possibly.
Hey, Tavos, how great is your depth perception?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, let me put it this way. If we could get a decent enough distance, do you think you could throw me onto that other ship?
I can throw you pretty far.
So let's get within a safe distance, and then you toss me onto that ship, and then I'll see what's going on.
How
Just
do
a
you,
friendly
Or-
reminder
how do you
that
get
depth
back?
perception is a function of two eyes.
How do you get back?
I'll figure it out.
I feel like
I-
close enough to be thrown is too close.
Yeah.
We could just row
Could I?
over.
I can
just
fly you.
Rowing is too dangerous. Flying, you could get shot out of the sky. Just throw me over, and I'll swim back if I have to.
I could fly a high circle. See if I could see anyone on the top of the ship.
I mean, that's less fun, but we also got to keep in mind that if there's something over there that wants to knock you out of the sky, they're going to find a way.
Yeah, but what
I've
if the
gotten
big
pretty
guy
good at
misses
flying.
with you? You're taking a face-first tumble into the water and close enough to come and help you.
I mean, then I
Surface
just swim
tension
to
is
the other
never-
ship. I'll take the other ship if I need to.
Why not just bring us in close? If we happen to see anyone, we'll turn tail. But this is strange.
Let me go ahead. If you need to turn around, I will be faster than turning a ship around.
You were able to carry me out of the building. Can you take me with? I have magic to back us up.
It's a shorter distance, maybe? I don't who.
Yeah,
I could try.
Wouldn't be a problem.
could
I
handle
mean, Tavos is still like limbering up, just getting ready.
Drond is all for stealing a ship. Think about building our pirate fleet.
There you go.
that.
So, Ophi and Enola,
I think it's
two of you
I
headed
think
off.
it's best we use a controlled descent.
Yeah.
And the wings
Quiet
come back
first.
out.
And Cadence will stay on the deck with the telescope, keeping a very close eye on Ophi through this.
Well, Tavos, they won't let you throw me. I'm going back down below deck.
You
Call if you need me.
if you want to go for a swim, you're welcome to. There are sharks. They're mostly friendly, but they're also sharks.
Here, I'll take my. We have those little magical-y creatures. Which I need to remember. Did I write down what he does? It halves the MP for a spell, right?
Yeah.
And then they dissipate.
Yeah, you could basically expend it to have the cost.
And does it come back, or is it like a one-time expend? Like, is it a daily?
Once a day, yeah.
Okay. How about I send the crow back if there's trouble, and then you can throw.
That works. Yeah,
Sounds
I'll
like a
get
solid
drawn
idea.
from. He seems to be below deck now, but I'll get him if the case.
Tavos, who is feet planted below deck, but standing up through the opening in the middle of the ship, and then still taller than pretty much everybody. I can also get him. He's right by my right. That he's by that foot.
Right foot, buddy. Right foot.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Right. Hold tight.
All right.
Mhm.
You would, as the two of you take off, see the name of the vessel. The Siren's Grace. A beautiful ship. This opulent, like, grand galleon design with towering masts, beautiful, richly colored sails that are currently furrowed. Everything aboard is beautiful and pristine. There are like royal blues and purples and golds just adorning the top deck of this ship. Not a single soul to be seen. Say that 10 times fast.
Peculiar.
Yes, typically a ship like this would need a crew to keep it out here this far. Should we land?
What time of day is it? And like, what's our weather like?
Maybe late morning.
Oh,
Pure
I'm
blue
sorry,
sky.
you muted. I hear clicking now, so maybe not.
What's that?
I think you're muted. I didn't hear a response.
Oh, weird.
Unless it was just mine goofed up.
No, could be me. It's like late morning by this point. Pure blue sky. Beautiful morning.
Well, I can't help Idas. I mean, we are the scouts, right? So I guess go in, stay close.
All right. I will land us at one end of the deck. Just sort of peek around, I guess. Try to find people. Or evidence of no people.
There are lanterns that you can tell like flare to life, even amidst like the bright morning sun. If anything gets near them, they come to life. A safety measure for nobles that want to go on their evening walks around the ship. There are potted plants that look pristine, like there were people here to take care of them, just not at the moment.
Okay. They couldn't have been gone long. Or they're hiding. These plants should be dead if it was too long abandoned.
Yes, there would have had to have been someone recently. Hey, can I use my fun object?
Please.
Excellent. I think Ophi is looking around the ship and then closes one eye. That is, the one that is the same sort of blue-gray that she's had the whole time, leaving one that does not look like it fits with her, with the rest of her mechanical body, if you pay too much attention. And she's going to try to tap into that oracle eye and see if she can get any sort of read, hopefully specific to this place, but she doesn't know how to work this thing, so.
How about willpower?
Can certainly try.
We're just gonna have Kit roll the whole game. No one else, just Kit.
It'd be that way. Oh wow, this is not the ideal roll for me. That's a 5. Ah.
Your eye is not really picking up anything.
Well, it was worth a shot. Should we check below deck, perhaps?
How sneaky are you?
As sneaky as I can be. I keep myself well oiled, but, metal on wood, so.
It doesn't seem right, and I'm worried there might be something down below.
Oh yes, this
I'd
is
rather
almost
go
certainly a
in.
trap.
Yes. I mean, it's called Siren's Call, for God's sakes. Or Siren something.
Please.
I can obscure myself a bit more to be a bit stealthier. If you'd rather I go alone, if not, I can obscure us both. It just may not be as helpful. Metal on wood and all.
I can keep a way out for you. If you would like
Perfect.
to go on.
Sounds good. So I'll kind of clutch onto my dagger, make the smoke obscure a bit more, and start to kind of sneak my way in whatever stairs or hatches there are to get below.
A beautiful staircase descends deeper into this vessel. Also, Matt, thank you so much for the raid. We love you, buddy. Improv and RPG. If you're not following Matt, rectify that. Matt's amazing.
Oh, what's wrong?
Why would you do such?
Why? That's crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They left me in a room. Anyways,
Room with rats.
you just very, very quiet start that sneak down. It gets to the double doors at the bottom of the stairwell, which are open. And you'd more see a figure kind of start to apparate rather than physically walking up to you. But a very well-dressed man in kind of waiter-like attire would appear. Again, it seems an automated illusion, much like the lamps. Welcome. How many will be dining with us this evening? Actually seems to be reacting to the fact that there was movement, not necessarily reacting to as if it knows where you are.
One.
Sorry? If there are guests aboard this vessel, please do follow me. As this thing has no clue where you are.
Keeping it that way. Sneak.
It'll kind of just glide along. Very clearly just some magical apparition. It leads you deeper into the ship, and from the outside, what looked like a fairly sizable vessel. As you step down here, you're staring down hallways that are probably a good 95 feet long in any direction.
Oh no.
That figure comes to a stop, a good 8 or 9 doors down. Turns back. Whenever you're ready, just place your order with me. I'll let the chef know.
Still just from the shadows. Is there a menu?
Whatever you would like it to be.
Caesar salad.
Excellent choice. The figure will just disappear into a wisp.
I just look at my bird on my shoulder, like, what the fuck? It just does a little bird head
Little
tilt.
bird shrug.
Yeah, like.
The door that got opened for you is a beautiful dining hall with just this long, like, dark oak table, a couple dozen chairs set up around this very, very long table. Tapestries, banners, candelabras, statuettes just lining the room.
Could I very stealthily maybe try and look in one of the other doors? Like if it would, like, this was 8 or 9 down, I want to look at like 7 or 8 and see if I can try and like force a door open.
Do you have any means of lockpicking?
You know, I don't know how equipment works in this game, so I have.
Purely based on your profession, I feel like you've...
Oh, based on profession, absolutely. And I got a little dagger I can do the credit card trick with, but
How about some dexterity insight?
that would be. I mean, I don't even have dice out.
We'll just put it at a difficulty 10. Not too difficult.
It's okay. We'll just re-roll it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That is 11, right? I combine them.
Add them
So
together,
6
yep.
and 5. Yeah. Okay.
It's just a few moments of just messing with the lock, just trying to find that one sweet spot, and then it's click. The door opens just an inch or so, enough for you to peer in, and you are hit, one, by this smell of rotting food, and two, the sound of who or whatever is inside just absolutely demolishing this food. It is sounds that I'm not going to describe because people have misphonia and
Gross food
people,
sounds.
but you know the sounds that I'm referring to.
Yes. Ones Taylor also absolutely hates, so I think there's Mona from Manola. Gross. Could I put my ear up to another door
Yeah.
and see if I can hear similar things?
Absolutely. You hear laughter from another one and the cheersing of glasses, but then just, people just shoving food into their faces. Weird mix of, beautiful, elegant pageantry and then just like bestial hunger.
I just like backwards walk to the stairs and back up.
My villain point would have to ask you, what stairs?
Oh no.
But I've been keeping the path clear. Who?
Absolutely.
But I've been watching the door.
Enola stepped down, walked like 8 or 9 doors down, out of line of sight from the angle that you're standing at. And you are now just standing there staring at the stairway.
Like we should have established a timeline.
Probably so.
I'm not a spy, guys. I don't know these things.
To give everyone on the other ship a chance to get caught up, Cadence, you'd see Enola disappear below deck, and see Ophi just standing there.
They were not supposed to go below deck. It was supposed to be a circle to see what was going on and come back. So I think Cadence rolls her eyes and looks back at the captains. Can we take one of the rowboats?
I could throw you.
Are there rowboats available? It's a great option, but...
On a vessel this small, typically wouldn't have rowboats.
Drond, I guess you're getting your wish.
Let's go! Alright, Tavos.
Throw Drond first. Get that range.
Well, good thing. Tavos has a D12 in might, which is great, being a Cyclops. Let's go might and insight. Neither vessel is moving. There's not much wind. Pretty much a straight shot. Drand, if you would like to roll Dexterity plus Insight to basically help guide yourself as a missile.
That is 2 5s.
Beautiful. And Tavos got a 15. Just reaches out, picks you up. Is kind of like staring out, just seeing in his mind's eye the path, and then just hurls. A Drand-shaped missile just goes soaring through the air and comes crashing down onto the deck of the other ship. Drand, had you failed, I probably would have asked you to make some kind of check to avoid slipping off the edge or taking damage in some fashion, but no. It's a beautiful landing, it's a beautiful throw.
It's a very confused Ophi.
Oh, hey, Ophi, how you doing? Where's the other one?
Below deck, checking for signs of life.
Why did you let her go below deck? What was the deal, Ophi?
To see what's going on the ship.
You guys were supposed to circle around, maybe take a look, not go
We
below
are
deck.
circling. We are taking a look.
Sure.
We didn't want to come back with no information.
Cadence and Drond saw that as one thing. Circle around and look. They saw it as two different things. Circle around and then go look.
I am
Circle
going
around,
to...
and if it wasn't, I take a look.
Send my snow owl back to Cadence and just be like, I got Ophi. I don't got the other one.
Cadence is tightening the strap on her shield and getting ready to be thrown.
Dexterity insight, please. Well, that's a 16 and a crit on my end.
Nice.
It's an 11 on my end.
Tavos is going to use this opportunity to make a bond with Cadence.
Aw. It's just on his side, right?
On his side, yeah. Just looks down at you, just currently seated in one of his massive hands. I appreciate that you trust me to throw you.
It's a lot of trust. I would really rather not swim this morning.
And I only learned what trust was this morning.
Cadence, I don't think knows what to say to that. Just sits there for a moment and like pats his hand a little bit, like trying to be reassuring.
Reels back, and a cadence-shaped missile just comes crashing down with the other deck.
I think Cadence is going to, using her enchanted shield, use that to absorb the blow and try and like roll out of it.
Oh yeah, it is. It's elegant, it's beautiful, just rolling into this casual stroll. Like you were here the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like into a walk, not even stopping.
At all of this commotion, that figure would reappear at the bottom of the stairs. Hello, honored guests. How many are dining with us today?
Not dining. How about you come up here and talk to us?
I don't understand. You're aboard a dining vessel. You must be here to dine. How many are dining with us today?
Where is our friend?
I don't understand.
Are
How
there
many are
others
dining
dining?
with us today?
How many are already dining?
I don't understand. How many are dining with us today?
How many other people are on the other boat? Like 6?
2
Five?
captains, a fire elemental, and a cyclops.
14.
Easily done. Please follow me.
Wait, I meant 47.
The figure has turned and started just floating down the hallway.
We should at least find Enola.
She went that way. He was not here before.
I really don't like the vibes this place has. And Cadence will draw Starlight and head down the stairs.